morning and happy Vlogmas Day 16. Is it really a travel day with me if it's not chaotic as fuck? Because it is, what, 9 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 6:30. The flight is at 12. Okay, no. Yes, my flight is at 12. But I'm staying in Milan and the airport is like an hour outside of the city. But there's like a nice shuttle that takes you. So from my hostel to this main station, there's another tram that takes you. That tram did not show up. So then I had to run to the next closest station, which was not very close. And I have my luggage and my backpack and everything, and I'm like running through the streets. I'm like bumping into everyone, and I'm hitting the morning like work traffic rush on public transit and the streets and everything. And me and my big ass bag, oh my god, it's been stressful. I'm sweating. I have to take my, it's cold, but I had to take my freaking coat off because it's so hot. I'm literally sweating. Right as I made it to the main station, I missed the airport shuttle by 1 minute. Literally as I tapped and I entered the gates, it was pulling away. So the next one's at 9:30. It's 9:09. So I'm just chilling here waiting to get on the train. Travel day mornings. I found that Milan public transit has failed me every single time. Unfortunately, it has failed me every single time. It's unreliable and it doesn't come on time. They cancel the trains and they don't, like, the app doesn't update and tell you that it's canceled, so you're just waiting there. Even last night, I got in at like 10:30 and I was waiting at the little tram stop for 30 minutes. It missed 2 times on what the timestamp had said. It didn't come, and at that point, I'm like, should I just walk? It was a 40-minute walk, so then I was like, should I just like... Then luckily, I waited for the 3rd time and it came. So it was fine. But yeah, so it's not timely or reliable. Whatever, we're making it to the airport. I made sure, I don't think I'm cutting it too close, but I'm cutting it like a little close. No, not necessarily. I'm still gonna be there 2 hours early. I made sure to have enough buffer in the morning in case anything like this happens. Sorry if I'm diagonal, you're literally propped up like on all my crap. Guys, good morning and happy Vlogmas Day 16. We are going home. I'm so sad that this trip is over. This was the best thing that I did for myself. Happy birthday to me. This was my birthday trip to myself, 22. For now, I'm decompressing for like 5 minutes. I guess a lot of people are hopping on this train before I need to lug all this crap onto a train. So, see you at the airport. But I made it to the airport and the freaking Delta check-in counter was on the other side of the airport. And this airport is freaking massive. It took me after I arrived to the airport, it took me 20 minutes just to go to the counter to drop my bag off. And then I tried to go hunt down food and I couldn't find anything that I could eat. So then I was like, you know what, screw it, let me just go through security, because at this point it was already 10:30 and boarding starts at 11. So right I was like, okay, I will just go through security. And then there was a lounge. I was like, okay, let me go to the lounge. As I'm walking there, once I get through security, I look at like where my gate is from like where security is, and it says 23-minute walk to my gate. It was already like 10:40 at this point. So then I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have time to eat. This is a 9-hour flight. I like didn't eat anything this morning. The meal that they give me is kind of like garbage. So like I have the hot Cheetos that I put in my bag on the way here that I never ate, and that's what we eat for a 9-hour flight. So then I'm like running, and I finally see my gate. And I'm like, okay, and I asked them about pre-boarding so I can like clean my seat for not allergies, whatever. Anyways, and then she's like, okay, we're boarding in 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, great. So then I'm like, all right, let me go find the lounge. The lounge is another 15 minutes away. I'm running. I finally get to the lounge. I hork down food. Like, I'm literally just like inhaling food. And then you're not supposed to do this, but I like shoved a bunch of little snacks in my bag. Ran back to my gate, and right as I got back, we started boarding. And then we just got on the plane. So I'm sweating. It's so hot. I'm glad I took my coat off, but I'm kind of annoyed that I wore this. I knew I should have worn the tank top. I did that on the way here, and I didn't regret it, but it was hot when I was leaving, but here it's cold. Anyways, we made it on the plane, and of course, this is my plane movie. It's my plane movie and my favorite Christmas movie, the new Grinch, which is so unlike me because I'm more of like a, oh, I like all the classics. But this one is so good. It makes me cry every time. It's just like a really emotional movie. Yeah, guys, this is the end of the trip. I'm so sad. I'm so bummed out. I want to do a whole debrief, so I think if I have time in New York, I want to sit down and just like chat about my thoughts and feelings and everything about this trip and my birthday and just all these things. But yeah, today is just gonna be a travel day, so hopefully you can enjoy the chaos. I should have just whipped my camera out and been like recording while I was running and doing all the things, but I don't have hands and I was panting. I'm like dripping in sweat. I can't breathe. I'm hungry. And whatever. See you in 9 hours in New York City. Back in America. I look happy, but I'm so sad. I don't want this trip to be over. Honestly, what a travel day though. It was a 9-hour flight from Milan to here, and it was fine. I was sat next to like a kind of grumpy old lady. She was so like, I don't know, but it was fine. I read a book. Okay, I totally recommend this book. It was called Before We Were Strangers. This one, Before We Were Strangers. Highly recommended. It was really cute. It's short too. It's only like 300 pages on like the Books app, so it's a really quick read. I read that. It was really cute. It made me all fun and tingly inside. It's like a romance book. So I read that book, and then I watched the Grinch movie again because that's my favorite little movie. And yeah, I basically watched it, and then I ended up falling asleep. I wanted to not fall asleep so that I could just like fight the jet lag and reset right as I get here, but I was exhausted. So I napped, woke up. The food this time was actually so good. And the food on the way there was like garbage. If you remember the video, it was like plain chicken with plain rice. There wasn't even salt on that chicken. And then this time they gave chicken tikka masala with fruit and like a little cheese board thing and a rice cake. And then for breakfast, they gave like this nice egg frittata. The breakfast that they gave me, I don't even think I recorded it because I was like, what the heck is this? It was basically like a gluten-free tortilla wrap, and the only thing they put in there was like 4 vegetables. No sauce, no nothing. Like there was nothing in it. It was just like wrapped. Like if you opened it, you would just see like pieces of vegetables there. I was like, what the fuck? This was like a way better flight, actually. I enjoyed it. It was long though. But yeah, so now I'm in the lounge. I am waiting for my next flight. I have about an hour before I have to leave. The view is so nice. I'm sitting here next to the window. And you can just like see all the planes taking off, and it looks so pretty. I'm working on all the videos that I'm totally so behind on uploading. Basically, you're gonna get like 6 videos in one day because the Wi-Fi was really bad everywhere I went. I was staying in a bunch of hostels and they said they had really good Wi-Fi, but I guess to upload videos, like it was just taking days and days and days, and I didn't want to leave my laptop open when I was out and about. I had to like lock it up and whatever. I Anyways, you will be getting all the videos. There are videos. There are videos for every single day. They're just not up yet. So I'm gonna put them up. I have like the worst sore in my mouth and it hurts so badly, and I cut my tongue. I'm struggling. Getting into Milan last night was terrible, terrible. It was so... My flight was delayed because there was drama on the plane. So I made it to the train station. I made it to the airport, which was also... It's not as easy to travel in these other countries in the smaller airports. Anyway, so yesterday I made it to the airport in Cologne. And then we got on the plane, like whatever, it was fine. But there was this like really intense Italian lady screaming. She was screaming in line as we were boarding. And I couldn't tell if she was just like talking loud and passionately or she was actually upset about something, because I don't speak Italian, but she's like screaming and whatever, and then everyone's like kind of looking at what's going on. And then she sits down on the plane and then she's like screaming and crying and yelling and like, what is going on? And all the flight attendants are like over there trying to console her. And then while that's happening, some other girl in the front is like pissed off about something else. So there was just like aggressive amounts of drama on that plane. So then they couldn't take off. They were like, yeah, we can't leave until like this is sorted. Or like she calms down or they kick her off, like I don't know, right? So then it's fine, I didn't have a connection or anything, but I didn't want to get into Milan so late because the airport is like an hour outside of the city and I was staying in the city, so whatever. The flight was quick, it was only like an hour. I landed, got my bags, took the shuttle to the city, and then where I was staying in the city was about like 2 miles from the train station. It was basically on the other side of town. So there's a little tram, like train, local train that goes, oh, okay, at 10:09 was like the next train, and I got off of the shuttle at like 9:55, and it was just right across the street. So I went there. 10:09, nothing. 10:15, nothing. 10:20, nothing. Also, surprisingly, everything is like super dead on a Sunday night in Milan. Like nobody was out and about. I was kind of like alone in this shady ass street. Like it was not safe. I mean, it was safe, I was fine, but it was not like a good idea to be standing where I was standing, but that's where the bus stop was, or like the train stop was. So I was like trying to FaceTime someone so that they knew that where I was. And if something would happen, I don't know, help me. Call for help, do whatever they had to do. So I was chatting with one of my friends, and then I was trying to figure out, should I walk? And the walk was 40 minutes from where I was. With the cobblestone roads and my big ass fucking bag, I was like, there's no way, like I don't want to do that. And an Uber was like $30 to go 2 miles. I didn't want to do that either. So then I was just standing there and waiting, and finally the second train ended up coming at like 10:26. So then I got on that one, and then by the time I made it, I checked in, I didn't have any food, so then I ate food at like the bar that was in my hostel. And then I went up to the room where I was gonna record like all my thoughts and emotions and everything about the trip and like my birthday. And then I met the other guy that was staying in the room with me, and he was like this French dude, and we just started chatting. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to bed now. And I was like, oh, okay, well. And then I couldn't record downstairs because they were doing like some mega karaoke night, so there was like no quiet spot. So anyways, I don't know what the point of that rant was, but that was just an update of what I did yesterday. I still have like 1 more hour here and then a 6-hour flight home. And then my cousin's gonna pick me up in LA. I'm gonna spend the night at my cousin's place and then go home tomorrow.